Okay. Yes, I want to use the opportunity to welcome everyone. I hope we'll be able to rub mind on this issue of mentorship issue and how to deal with the one-on-one mentorship program on the platform. I just prepared this. I was lucky to be part of my school mentorship platform, in which I was assigned a mentor, a mentee, and therefore I want to, couple with what we have, what you have listened to, I want to share some of what I've learned and the objective of AYSMP. Okay, what is the objective of AYS? I think you have listened to some during that talk. One is to improve the quality of research outputs among young African scientists, to provide qualitative mentorship by bridging the gap between the early career researchers and the older generation. 3 is to establish network among African scientists to meet up with the global standard. Now, and that leads me to the objective of AYSMP. AYSMP is African Young Scientists Mentorship Platform. And we have objective. One is to support the creations of professional networking program for our mentees, even including mentors. Mentors can also serve as network. Like yesterday, I shared a grant call from Ibro, and we can help our mentors who want to go out for possibly postdoc, and we can support them if you have a call and many other things, even career development. And again, we can also help them to give a talk, because when you give a talk, you learn, and from there, your name is out there. Someone, if you are looking for a job, someone can Google your name. By the time they can find, oh, this guy is doing something, and that is a plus for you. One is to promote career development, career and leadership development among our mentee and the mentors, to facilitate the growth and development of the mentees and mentor, because we learn as we teach others too, and above all, to improve knowledge. Our mentorship platform, having a major aim, is for mentorship to learn a relationship. And because our mentorship program is to help both of us, as I said, to learn. Therefore, mentorship is a learning relationship. But it is two ways. You learn from your mentee, while your mentee also learn from you. And what is the benefit of the mentor? As I said, you learn your leadership skill, you increase your leadership, you increase your career satisfaction. By teaching others, you get satisfaction. Number 3, you enhance yourself through coaching, models, and listening skills. That helps you to sharpen your skills. Most of us here, we are interested in teaching and getting a faculty job. This is an opportunity for you to sharpen your skill and listening, ability to listen to others while they are talking. It's because that is a very great skill. Broadening organizational perspectives. It helps you to broaden your organization. How do you organize things? What are the other perspectives of life that you did not see? And for the benefit, they will get an advice, they will get support, and they will get guidance. And it also helps them to increase their networking, the network pools, because they can if they ask question and you don't know it, you can refer to other people, and also improve their self-confidence, because as what we did last week, our mentee came here to they presented their talk, and we were able to criticize them one way or the other, and we gave them a very constructive criticism, and that helped them. Gave them, I don't think throughout my master's, if not for my supervisor, I don't know that I present. I don't think I presented before any individual with a PhD. Now imagine they are coming here to present their work to us in a semi-formal setting, and to allow them to criticize and help them. Some of us, they are looking at us as their role model. Working along with us give them a very good confidence level. And lastly, it helped them to have a focused career. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday how I became a prolific writer through an information that I got from one of my teachers who told me what it takes to become a senior lecturer. And I said, wow, that is so small. I don't know, that is not why the other thing there, and I get into it. And that triggered me to go into in the publication spray, which helped me my career anyway. Though many of them didn't like it at the end of the day, but that is the talk for another day. Now, what is the expectations of the mentor on our platform on this program, one-on-one mentor-mentee match, is to create supportive and trusting environment, because you are likely to meet here. I met this girl. What is her name? I think she was an Irish girl in America, and they matched us for the first time. Therefore, the first time we meet was the first day, which our first meeting scheduled. I've never seen her image. In fact, because I have a more silenced digital print, she could have gathered my name, or she could have known me by searching online, but I don't even have a way of knowing her online. Except if I meet her for the first time, and you have to create a supportive environment. Some of them may have even know you, they may have know who you are, but you may not know who they are. Therefore, you have to create a supportive environment for them. Then you schedule uninterrupted time. You schedule an uninterrupted time with your mentee. For instance, every Thursday of the month, every Thursday, every Friday of the month, every Saturday of the month, every Sunday of the month, you know that there is a meeting time. Apart from other message of things that you get probably occasionally because of unforeseen circumstances, but you have a scheduled time that both of you meet to discuss. Most of the discussion to focus on the mentees, on the career which will have been set on the day one. Number 3 is to stay accessible and engaged. Stay accessible and engaged. Most of us lacked it, and because we don't have that experience, it's better for us to develop it now, because it will help us tomorrow. Actively listen and question. When you meet, what you need to do is to actively listen to your mentee and question when it's necessary. Then don't forget to give a feedback. Number 5, give a feedback. Give a feedback to your mentee as maybe the instantly or the following day. If he or she asks you a question that you cannot answer, learn to give a feedback during the week or at the next meeting. Provide genuine positive reinforcement. Provide genuine positive reinforcement. Provide genuine positive reinforcement for your mentee, because you are a backbone. You are their semi God in the profession. Number 7, serve as a positive role model. Serve as a positive role model. That is your role. Then number 8 is to share lessons learned from your own experience. That is, to me, that is like number 1 thing, because we should give them shoulder that they can fly high. And that is what they will not. That money cannot buy experience. Money cannot buy that. Number 9 is to keep discussions on track. Your role is to keep, your mentee can tell you want to fly. You be the one to give to keep on track. Sorry, let me quickly mute that. Yes, I think I'm successful in doing that. Your role is to keep the discussion on track, because your mentee they want to become anything. You'll be the one to keep them focused. Keep them focused and let the discussions are on time. Respect your mentee's time and resources. I don't like telling them people I don't have time. I always try to manage. If you won't be available, please tell them on time, earlier. Tell them earlier that they will not take your time for granted. 11, seek assistance if question arises that you cannot answer. Please You can ask. That's why we have our mentors forum too. You can ask that question for clarification, and if you think I can answer it, you can direct it to me or any member on our platform indirectly. Seek support if issue arise that with your mentees. For instance, if the fight can arise, you may give him or her assignment and she's turning it down and coming with excuse before you allow the air to get loose. Please try to seek assistance, and we will be able to intervene in that manner. And then you should also commit to professional development of your mentee. Be open about the goal, expectations, and challenges and your concern. Let that one be clear. Actively listen and question as well, as I said, and make sure you give a positive feedback. During the mentor matching process, what is the logistic we are working with? And these are things that you can put into place. Consider the following: be specific in your request. Before you match, these are things we want to look. We want to look at your identity. Who are you? What is your role? What are your technical skills? For instance, we want to match someone, a master student or BSc student in biochemistry with someone that has a Ph.D. in biochemistry. We want to match someone who is interested in addiction to someone working on addiction. We want to match someone who is a female to a female, provided we have them, because we know that gender also plays a role. Experience. There's experience that I have as a man that female cannot give, and there's an experience the female have that I won't ever understand. Therefore, peculiarity of those things that is part of what we consider when we are matching, and we look at the goal and what is the locations. If we are because we believe that majority of us are not in the fixed location. Therefore, most of our mentorship platform program is sent to suit audience people who can meet online. And if you are in Nigeria, definitely we want to match you with someone who is already in Nigeria. If you are in Akure, we want to match you with someone who is in Akure. If you are in the southwest, we want to match you with someone who is in the southwest. If you are in the north, we want to match you with someone who is in the north. Then that in case you can go on the mentorship or research visit, and so on and so forth. During your time as a mentor, you should expect to more frequent check. We will get feedback from here. You get a lot of mentorship opportunity. A training like this can be organized. We plan to organize it every 3 months. Hopefully, one of us will also come in the next 3 months to come and give us an update and give us what they have learned and how they were able to improve. And that's what things. And you can, if you have anything, you can check. You can write the admin at AYSMP.org, or you can chat me directly, and all those things will be provided. Now, the question is, what will I do in our first meeting? Because they have said, if you look at the mail that I sent to every one of us, that we should set up our first meeting. There will always be a first meeting. If you have had your first meeting, you can look at this. If you have not had your first meeting, this is a good opportunity to learn things you can do. And the first meeting is usually more of stereotype. It's like a more structured form. It's like a form. It's like you are meeting a client and a contractor kind of relationship at the first. You sit at the convenience. In fact, this is how I sat with my mentee. I sat in front, and I told her she's free to remove her mask if you want to, and that thank God we are both vaccinated, but unfortunately we all kept our mask on throughout the talk. And therefore, let the structure be formal at the beginning and follow the guideline that AYS sent to you at the beginning, because you can start it from formal, then it can become informal as the time goes on, as you know the person more and more. Mentors should reach out to set up the first meeting. Plan like maximum of an hour. We want it to take an hour as your gold standard time, probably to discuss. Then set for you to want to set your time, then set a meeting goals. What are the goals? Get to know each other. What are the thing you need to do is to discuss the mentee's goal. What does he or she want to achieve with this thing? You can write it down, jot it. And if I were you, I would get a note for such a mentee that will write his or her name on it. Then I'll be updating it as we move on. Don't forget, if you meet once in a month, in 1 year, you meet only 12 times, which is physical meeting, online, virtual, or physical or virtual meeting. And then discuss a complete mentoring partnership. I will show the form at the end of the talk. That I think I've sent it across. You have a form that you develop. It's just a form of formality, but it's good for you to know, for you to let your mentor know, your mentee know that you take things serious and you want to follow our AYS guideline, and then set up the future meeting schedule. Then that's when you will now rearrange to let it work based on what you want to do. And your first meeting, what can you do? Getting to know each other. You can say, how and why do you choose? In fact, on my own day, I went to go and pick my mentee down, and I was coming up. She started asking me, what am I doing? Therefore, we started discussing. In fact, before we get to the meeting room, we already started discussion, and that's how we started. It can happen. You can ask why the person choose the career, educational career, and what is the career path of the individual. Does he want to become? Because you are, as I said earlier on, many of us on this platform want to become a faculty. They don't have to be a faculty. Having a Ph.D. or master doesn't mean you have to be a faculty. They can go into research. Just listen to what they want to be. Don't assume. Describe the area of education, your science, that you find more interesting. Yes, to the person. Don't forget, for us to bring you together, you must have some area of correlation. What gives you the greatest sense of professional satisfaction? Let your candidate and your mentee know. And then you can ask them too. You can ask them, the question is just two edges for sword. As you are telling the person, you can throw the question to the first question to that person, then you will be the one to answer it as well. And then that will help. If the person doesn't know what you mean, then answer it and expect the person to also follow in. It's like a mathematics question that you solve, give an example, and ask the person to solve the other question. What helped you most in your career or science? You need to let the person also understand. What do you regard as your major strength? Let the person know. What major thing in that my first meeting with my mentee, I make sure we definitely ask about their strength and weakness. Any of my mentee, either online or in person, I want you to know what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. Because my role is to not to only celebrate your strength, is to help you to develop your weakness and to be able to overcome them. As a human, we are always with one weakness or the other. And getting to know each other, what excites you. You have a lot of questions that you can raise about the mentorship. Ask them, why are they in this program? Have you ever engaged in mentoring, either formally or informally? Ask them, who are you when you are not in school or work? What are they doing? What are you doing? You can use that one. In fact, that can be your own first question, because we are senior colleagues. Our question can be very intimidating. Our approach can be, sitting down with us, it can be very intimidating to them, but you can make it simple by starting all these questions and answer before you dive into the real issue. What are your favorite way to spend time and outside of work? Those are questions you can raise to bring familiarity into the question. What areas would you like to focus on for the improvement? As I said earlier on, those are another way you can put it instead of calling it weakness. Just ask the person, okay, what are the areas you want to improve on or you want to develop? It can be soft skill, it can be hard skill, it can be even an ordinary emotional intelligence, and that is what they know. one of our mentees said she has been working alone, and now she believed that she discovered that is not helping her. We have helped her a lot. In fact, I think she's in year 4, Ph.D. student in the UI. Then the career advancement goal to help mentees move forward in their career. Therefore, what you need to is to set a goal, help them to sharpen their goal to be able to reach their goal. Then skill development goal to help them, the mentee, to improve skills and knowledge area. Therefore, those are things you need to discuss. And another one is a project completion goals. Apart from setting goals, those are major goals that you can set together. Your career development goal, skill development goal, and completion for PhD students. You want them to reach. If you complete what we want to do, after completing this, what do you want to do? Those are skills. And what are the skill sets you want to get? Then what will be your career advancement? Those are 3 things you should be able to focus on in developing your mentee. And you can use these 3 things: SMART, be specific, let it go be measurable, let it be action-oriented, let it be realistic, and let it be time-bound. Don't forget, in a year, you can only meet 12 times. Officially, there are other major things that you can do, because don't forget, some of you have more than a mentor. You have like 2, you have 3. In fact, some will still get more if you want, and therefore you need to set all those things. You don't let the goals to be specific. You help your mentee to know that the specific goal is better, and a step at a time. Let the goal be measurable. Let it be actionable. What specific action will you take to achieve this goal? Let it be realistic. Considering difficulties or time frame, this is a goal. Is this goal attainable? Ask them. And this time bound, when do you want to achieve this skill? You want to get a career advancement? Do you want to get the skill development? Or you want to get project complete? Let them have a time plan. And this slide, I believe it will help. It will be of a great help to us as we'll be meeting for the first time. In fact, you don't have to, sometimes things can go too fast than you expect or too slow. You can complete it on the second meeting, but let's keep this in mind: SMART, specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. Now, in your meeting too, don't forget to the goal, and meeting regularly, maintain confidentiality. Some of them will tell you, "Oh, my mentor is like a jacker." Those things you don't have to maintain. You know, let them tell them that's what they see. You can help them to shape their perspective. First, sometimes we don't know how related are you to their supervisor or current or former supervisor. We don't know. Therefore, it's not like they discuss to you with you. Okay, there's one man that's harassing me sexually or mentally, or is abusing me mentally, and you go and take it. No. Everything that's discussed within the platform remain on the platform. If you want to use this as an example, there's no need to mention. As I said, I said we have a PhD student in UI who's already current in year 4. I did not mention his name. I did not mention the department. It's difficult for you to go and prove that this is the person I'm talking about. Therefore, therefore, you can use that as an example, for instance. And don't forget to set the ground rules. And your ground rule is very important. Set the boundary. Let them, the hardest rule, it's easier to obey than no rule at all. Let your mentees know your rule. Let them know your stand. And it is very, very important. Because I told them, if I discover I can't work with you, I let you go. Not if you don't suit the person who I am, it doesn't mean you are not suitable for another person. And don't forget to get a feedback as well. Then your first meeting time, what is the meeting format? You can set the time once in a month. I've said it. Meeting structure, check-in, follow up on the last meeting goal, discuss mentee issues and challenges, offer each other's positive and or constructive feedback, decide on the next steps or goal to complete before the next meeting. And that's very, very important. As the relationship grows, the structure can be more organic. That is, once you are going, just have those budgets. It's just like a teacher. It's just like a teacher going to class. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. If the student really know more about the subject, they can easily, those things can get mixed up. And at the end of the day, you as a mentor should be the one to allow the your mentee to be the center of the discussion, and you just steer as you go. And don't forget, after this 1 year mentorship program, you can still continue to be a mentor for life. That is possible. And I think I have people here who can testify. What are the meeting contents? These are things you can do. While meeting should focus on the mentee goal, then don't forget to also focus on the feedback. If you are feeling stuck and not sure what to discuss, here are some of the ideas that you can have. Get support, getting support from above. Those one we have listed. Projecting confidence. Make sure that your mentee knows that you are confident in what you are talking about. That is number one thing. That you have to, if you have to take into the meeting, make sure you talk confidently. Because your mentees want to see you, they want to see you as the best person. Therefore, don't bring them down. Focus on the big picture, manage conflict. If they are fighting, probably your mentee is fighting with his supervisor or someone in the professional field led to manage the conflict. Participate in a team. In fact, some of your events, you can actually bring all your mentees together and discuss. You can have some things that all of them come together. That could be another way by which you can do. Then leadership skill, learn to improve your leadership skill, give and receive constructive feedback, intercultural communication. You can also talk about, for instance, if the person contacting you is a Yoruba man and you are from the East, you can try to ask some questions to just to lighten the atmosphere. And make sure you confront the bias. What are the bias in the field that you know? Make sure you confront it. And bias is I don't assume that, okay, you know, culturally we believe that some people don't go to school, some people don't do this, and these people don't like reading. Those are things that you can like to fix. What is the role of a woman in science, for instance? What is the role of having a female supervisor as a man? Or what is the role of having a male supervisor as a woman? What is the role of having a female to female supervisor? Those are biases that you need to confront as you mentor your mentee. You can say, oh, you can't do better because she's just a female. No, try to confront that. And as I said earlier on, career development and the lab skill is very much, ultimately, scientists are measured by what they can do. Therefore, nobody can ask you to describe Holmes' law. I don't remember the last time I talked about the Holmes' law, but I remember I used it when I was doing my gel electrophoresis. I know I used that. I know those time cycle, I use them for my PCR and so many other things. Therefore, those are things that we know with skill. It's a skill, and nobody asks you about the law. They ask about what the application. And you still have other mentoring resources. You can go to our website. Our website is available. You can go into it. If you go here, you have a lot of things that we have our event and many other things that you will love to have. And if you want to learn more again, as I just opened for you, you can go to this is our mentors
Africa Young
Scientist platform is there. You can send it to them to that one, and you can ask them to read it, and you can go again into another one from the National Academics. They have a program that you can go and check out and see how things it can help you for effective mentoring program. We still also have other things. You can look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn have a special program to start off a mentor. That is good for you to improve yourself. I try daily to improve myself because I know that I don't want to let down my mentees. And the data, and this brings me to the data aspect. I spoke with Dr. Akan yesterday. On the platform, I've been announcing that we should send in basic information because we want to create about data for ourselves. And I know everybody on the platform, but I don't want to assume I know your details. Therefore, send me, you can, because I don't want to put details. I will say, oh no, that's not how my name should be spelled. Therefore, it's better for you just type it. In fact, once you send it, I just forward it and your picture to Latif, who is building the something. Then he will be the one to just put it in. I'm not the one designing it. It's one of our mentee that is designing it. Therefore, just send me those details, and it doesn't mean that some people say, oh, I know you, I've known you before. No. That I want you to send your basic information, and some of you or us who have already submitted it, if some things are not complete, like I noticed, Dr. Abdul Latif Alagbosi, who did his birthday yesterday, the current location, he just wrote Rwanda, and Assis also gave New Jersey. I think the guy did not infect. I'll make sure I correct those things. Therefore, if you have another thing that I think Dr. Ebenezer Ajayi also have those on his own too. I think it will be good for us to have your current location. What I mean by location is your university or the institute that you are working with. Then we have more. And please, these are the basic information that I want you to fulfill, and that will help us to see. And our mentors are, in fact, very proud to have you, and they are glad. I can see one of them. They come to the platform on the WhatsApp and say, and I say, yeah, this is my mentor. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, but they are so glad to be out there with you. And they are looking for. In fact, some of them have been bombarding me. I didn't hear from my mentor. I hope they are going to do. I said, don't worry, just wait. Some of them, because they are very eager to join. And this is the agreement. Please sign it. Let the mentee be the secretary and agree. Let him or her type and send it to be the PDF. Save it. As you send it to AYS admin at AYSMP, then you can let it be sent to you, or you can be the one to send it to AYSMP and copy your mentee as well to keep it for posterity's sake. And after the meeting today, we want to make a call because we need more mentors. If we want to make a call for mentors, and if you have anybody, normally I definitely, because of the way we raise the standard, I'll provide to you to recommend some of your friends and associate. I want it to course across Africa as much as possible. I will be glad if you can recommend those things. And this flyer will start flying, and we want to get more people to join us, that we can spread across and help our nation, help our continent, Africa, that the people may know that our people are good, but we only need to show them the way forward. And just as you can see, the man trying to pull the other one up. And thank you for listening. Okay, let's go for the question and answer. I'm done. Please unmute yourself if you have any clarifications to make on this. Hello, is anyone there that want to clarify anything I've said? Please unmute yourself and.
Hello.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Philip. Nice presentation and brief about the AY Mentor program. For the part of the document, or the document you showed last, we are the ones to fill it, right? The mentors.
Normally, I think it will allow the mentee to feel it on the first day.
Mentorship partner.
Let the mentee feel it.
Okay.
Both of you will agree on that. You know,
okay.
It's like she will serve as the secretary as you are meeting. Let him or her type those things in and send it to you immediately after the meeting. Then you will just convert it to PDF and send it to AYS admin and copy your mentee to let your mentee know that what you have agreed on has been sent to AYSMP. She will know that it's now become official, kind of.
All right. It seems like you send this to mentor's email. You send this document to mentor's email, right?
Yes, I sent it. It's part of the information that I sent to mentor and mentee when I was sending the first introduction message.
Okay, so that's why I want to clear, because I thought I am to feel it that this is my agreement as a mentor in this AYS mentoring partnership agreement.
Okay. No, thank you for that. It's an agreement between you and your mentee. Mentee one. In fact, you have to put the name of that mentee there to know that, because you have different your agreement with another mentee.
Okay, then I think if that's the case, then you should create a space where you will write the name of the mentee and the mentor, so that when we are sending it to you, because I know you're receiving lots of these documents.
It should be down. I believe there's if I remember very well, there should be an additional. There seems to be an additional information behind. It's like 2 pages of document. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it is here. Yeah, can you see this?
Yes.
This
mentors and mentee, good.
And yes.
Clear. Thank you very much for clearing that.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, Dr. Adeniyi, your hand is up.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Philip. I must comment that this is it's a very interesting program that you've set up, and even though you're not in Africa at the moment, like I said before, it's very rare to find your kind of species, or sorry to use that language. And despite that fact, you're still doing a lot for people in Africa. And I believe very soon this particular unit or organization will be flying. I have quite a few questions, and I think it's important for me to, I would really appreciate if we can quickly address some of those questions. The first one is, I want to know if the mentees are only undergraduates or they are postgraduates or both. That's my first question. My second question, I think that part has been answered, because I initially thought of, while you were doing the presentation, before getting to that, before mentioning the mentoring partnership agreement, I already thought about MOU, which I think it's something to consider, but thanks for mentioning that, and that's a very good development. So just a follow-up to that, I want to find out, do we have any measure or ways by which you measure mentors' contribution as well as mentees' response? For instance, the other time, you mentioned clearly that we want the mentors to give their best. At least they must be able to ascertain that the goals of the mentees are met at the end of that 1 year, or probably if it extends beyond that. Now, how do you measure that indeed the mentors are doing exactly what they're expected to do, and not just do it, but we do it effectively? That's on one part. Then on the other part, how do we know or measure as well on the part of the mentees that their needs are actually met at the end? and more so their responses, to their mentors, because it's a two-way traffic. The mentor can be willing, but the mentee may lack or be lacking at some point, maybe due to non-response to calls, to meetings, or probably failure to carry out the task on assignment and things like that, which is needed, to measure, so that there must be probably, a central body that see to that, to ensure rather that both the mentors and the mentees are doing the right thing. That's my second, maybe it's a point to note anyway. Then I've got a third question. Would you like to attend to those ones first before I move on?
Okay, but let me attend to this one first. I think the undergraduate or postgraduate, we have undergraduate, but the undergraduate must be final year. The program is only meant for postgraduate students, but because we discovered that some undergraduate students are interested, and we say, okay, that's why we expanded only to final year students. Therefore, but it's meant for master students and PhD, or we have people that are master students, master holder, then PhD students. Master trying to transit to PhD. Therefore, we have 4 categories. Final year BSc that become BSc holder looking for masters. Then we have master student. Then we have master holder looking for PhD, and we have PhD students. Those are the categories that we have on our platform. Then the MOU, I think that one has been answered. The evaluation, yes, there will be 2-time evaluation. After 6 months, there will be evaluation from. They will be sent to mentor to evaluate each student, each mentee, and it will be also sent. A form similar to that will also be sent to your mentee as well. They will evaluate you, and they will rate you based on some category, some points. They will score those points, and at the end of 12 months, we plan to give a work of recognition for the mentee that have a very good evaluation rating. And both mentee and mentor will give them the evaluation rating just to keep us in check. In fact, that's one of those things. That's one of those things that is delaying our website development, because that aspect of website development, the factor, some of the factors was already built in that aspect, that your time is spent chatting, because some of those chattings, so we want it to be happening within our website, that we can determine the time you spend with your mentee. Those are things also that will go into the evaluation that will give your mentee when he's sponsoring, he's talking to you, because we're asking the first time when you meet, how many times do you average, how many times do you spend? That is 1. Then we'll evaluate the person on the quality of advice. That will be 2. On the goal set, that's 3. On many other things, there are a lot of things that will be evaluated and will give mark. And the essence of that is because of this, by this time next year, when we are having this type of meeting, we'll look at those 4 with the name, without the name of the mentor, but we'll look at these are things that our mentee said about us, and this is what we can improve on. Then that will be taking place. But apart from the evaluation, during this 1 year training, there will also be a training that we attempt to do to improve their career skills. For instance, after you've met with your mentee, by this time next month, I will be expecting a feedback. When I get all the form, I will have seen the goal you are setting. That one I will use it to plan to rank it. Then that will be a program that AYS will organize that for all the mentees on the platform. Those things will also help our mentor instead to lessen their burden, because they are only meeting only once in a month. Between that 1 month, what happened? Then we can organize a webinar in which someone among us here can come and give a talk on a particular subject or on a research subject, on how to, for instance, how to write a CV, how to write a good proposal, how to do some protocol, we can do that to help to lessen the burden of, because we don't want your mentee to mentor to organize it for just 2 or 3 people. It's better for us to organize it for everybody. I think that's another way by which we want to improve ourselves.
Thank you very much. That makes so much sense. Thank you so much. Then I would like to find out if because you mentioned we need more mentors, and that you'll be looking for more mentors to join the program. My question is do we need only mentors that are neuroscientists or probably neuroscience researcher? Are you looking up to mentors from other fields of interest, which is beyond neuroscience? That is one question. Then the other aspects of my interest lies in, you quite mentioned the aspect of reward. That's at the end of the year, there will be a reward for the best mentor of the year and stuff like that, which is quite interesting. To be honest with you, reward actually makes people to do more. And you see the participation becomes more robust and much more interesting, especially when someone is aiming at a particular goal, believing that at the end of this, he or she is likely to attain or achieve, such reward and all that. So that's a good thing. My question now is, do we think it's important to send official letters, to all mentors for participation? I know at some point people want to put this in their CV, and we've come to, we are in a particular age where your CV matters a lot, and whatever you do, you want to put it there. And even if you're looking for a job, you're looking for this, you're somewhere else tomorrow, and they ask you, what is your proof? I think the official letter may serve as a proof. Maybe we need to consider that if it is important, but if it is not, it's just an opinion. I said I need to bring that also to the table. Thank you very much. That's all I have for now. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. I think for that, I want to start from the last, okay, actually the original plan is this. I think, can everybody see my screen? Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, you can see these certificates that we have a certificate like this that we give. But actually, the original aim is to give it at the end. But now with that you are coming or you are suggesting, I think it's better for us to appoint that person before now that person can have it. This is an example of our one of our mentees that we have the certificate that we issue for them that is certified as mentor. Okay, I think you are suggesting that we should write something like a letter of appointment into the AYS Mentor program.
Sorry to quickly interrupt, sir. I think this will suffice. This is very okay.
Okay,
this speaks to exactly what I expect. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I think I will talk to the designer to do something like that. Okay, we'll do something like that. Then as for the AYS mentorship, as for the AYS is it neuroscientist? No. In fact, I'm always very strong. I'm always being a neuroscientist. You see everything. If you're a carpenter, everything around you look like a nail. Therefore, you want to. But that's why I always do that. If you go to our website, you see under joining up here. If you click here, it will give you option. You join. You register as a mentee or you register as a mentor. Once you click as register as a mentor, it gives you criteria. It feeds you all your basic information. But the only criteria that I would say are this: one, you have to be an African, but you can live anywhere. You can be an African because we want you to know, you want you to be associated with our values. Then, but you can live. That's why we said African country of origin. Then country of your residence. You can be an African in America, African in Dubai, African in anywhere. Then that's one. Two, what's the area of your research? What's your title? Then we want to see, these are things that are very important to us, is want you to see how many times you have time for us. Then want to see your international organization participation. Want you to be someone of an experience. Having a PhD is not enough. Want to see, then again, you want to see your publication history, and we want to see your grants or honorary and the collaboration you have, the lab you have visited. You can do this. In fact, you can add as many as possible to this, and you can go. Those are things that we are building. It's not only neuroscience. In fact, we want as many people who are available to join the course and help us to develop our people. And I must say that currently we have close to 200 mentees on our platform. The first batch we have around 130, and the second batch we have streamlined them to I can't remember, probably around 20 something or 30 something, because they were 77 before. Because since we have a low response, they had to trim those 77 back to that little. In fact, there's a lot of them are still on my neck now. But I said no, because we don't have enough mentors to post them. And I don't want to give so much to people to carry burden. Okay, I think let's move to Dr. Olabi. Dr. Olabi hands is up.
Yes, thank you, Dr.
Wow, your network is very poor.
Oh, so can you hear me?
Yes, it's cracking badly.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
I think it's
the network. Is a little better now?
Yes.
Yes, I said I want to appreciate your input into all this. And I also appreciate the clarification made by Dr. Adeniyi. Well, I just want to share briefly my experience with some of the mentees, that I have at the moment, because we have had a meeting sometimes this month, because we have fixed the first Saturday of every month to be our meeting time. But just this week, I think on Wednesday, one of the mentee called me. He said, because he's now having an admission for a PhD. So although not in Nigeria at the moment, so he has been able to travel to that particular place, to the university. So, and he called me that he has arrived safely and everything is there good and all that. He's now asking me, what topic do I think he can choose for his project and some other things like that. So when we're now talking, what he was trying to say is, he was trying to make me to serve in the position of supervisor. So I now told him, I said, the mentorship mentee of a thing, it is not the role of supervisor. You have to go discuss with your supervisor. It is for me to guide you on what to do, through the help of what you have been, given, or what you have really aligned with your supervisor to do. So not me serving as a supervisor. So I think I am okay in this line, but I just want to clarify, because ordinarily, I don't want us to take all this, maybe law into our hands. If we are not careful, this mentee may, in fact, from the experience I had, they may want to put you to do what you are not meant to do. So, and I told them categorically that you have to, the form, we have discussed it, I saw it and I've digested it and we have discussed it, and they have, I gave them a particular time that they have to fill and submit, then I will review, then I will sign. They should sign, then I will sign after. So I gave a deadline and I told them, if you don't submit by the deadline, well, I was not really harsh, you don't understand, but I just say you should submit so time. But I know only one person has submitted out of 3. But I told them that if you don't submit on another date, then it means probably I will direct you to the headquarters, then you answer the query. Then I also said, if you fail to attend 3 meetings consecutively, then you fail to go along with me. So I think these are little measures we can put in place for these mentees. And I think this will serve as a guide. And I just say I should share this little experience with everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. Do anybody have anything to say with what Dr. Alabi said now? Okay. I think Dr. Adeniyi is thumping up. Okay, I think yes. Some of them will come. Some of them will definitely come with more things that's expected. Some of them will come with a lot of things to do. But you have to be the one to set the boundary and to keep them focused. As was said earlier, you have to keep them focused. Let them know that the discussion should not more than this. I think that is one thing, because they want to come beyond. In fact, they want, some of them can even ask you to help them write a review. They can help, but you know, mostly one of the ones they will request from you is referee. I hope you'll be prepared to do that, because that's many of them. Last year we had about 7 or 8 people that got the admission that travel abroad. Definitely this year, most of them want to do it. Definitely, and I support it. In fact, I support it because I know our educational system in Nigeria is bad. If I actually am very interested in many of them travel abroad and go back home and do the work if they want to, because we can't continue to be circulating what is not that we call education. So you go put in for master 18-month program and you spend 5 years because you and your professor are fighting or actually striking. Therefore, that's part of my also joy for them to travel abroad and go and get a skill, hands-on skills. And that just it. Okay, if there's nothing to discuss, I think many other people are struggling with the internet. I can see many people have been cut off on the internet issue. Is there another question? If there's none, I think we can call it a day. We have spent our time. Okay, let me stop recording.